Hello and welcome to Problem Child 2. So yeah, we all enjoyed Problem Child to some extent, at least. So
hmm
let's go into the sequel. The sequel was actually, like I said before, written by the same writers, so it feels like a genuine continuation. You'll see for yourself in a moment. Um, fun fact, after completion of this movie, Universal Pictures sued Michael Oliver's manager mother, Diane Ponce, for extorting his acting contract with the studio.
Okay.
So, okay. I get the feeling this probably had some influence in Michael Oliver leaving acting shortly
From what
after
I
this.
understand, it seems that this may have been a case where the studio were the ones in the right, or at least that's how the court ruling was. I don't know. We don't have the most time to look into all the specifics,
Sure,
but
sure.
yeah, I do agree that this probably did play some role in him choosing to get out of the game while he could. I actually wonder, did he choose to get out of the game before the third movie was made, and maybe
No, it was
that's
after.
part of why they.
He was in Forrest
Uh,
Gump. He was an uncredited redheaded teen. He was in a movie called Dillinger and Capone. Then in Eraser in 1996, and after 1996 he stepped away. But he did show up in one role in Solitaire, and he also had a couple TV roles in the 90s. But his last thing was 2008, the movie Solitaire. He
Interesting.
actually even says here he retired from acting when he was 15. In 2015, it was reported Oliver was happy with his private life away from the celebrity scene and had said that he was enjoying a nice, quiet existence. Although he expressed he was grateful for the time he had spent in the spotlight as a child star. So,
Now, from what
Fair
I
enough.
see, there's also apparently a TV version that includes 7 minutes of previously deleted scenes, although there are some
I think it's the
alterations as
same. Again,
well.
this is universal. We encountered something similar when we did the Child's Play 2. If I recall correctly, in that case, the TV cut included a bunch of, alternate takes and the song that you had seen in order to make one of the characters, the father in that movie, to look a bit nicer than he actually is in the regular cut. So again, for intents and purposes, this is just, the Blu-ray or OG one.
so here's a fun fact, by the way, that I forgot to bring up. When we did Prom Child 1, actually, this was something that I failed to mention. This is a very heartwarming story. On a 2011 episode of the radio show Loveline, so unfortunately we can't look at that ourselves because it's a radio show. People don't usually archive those, sadly. It was the guest of that episode of Loveline was Gilbert Gottfried himself, right? And guess what? They were taking calls, and Michael Oliver actually called in. And this was the
Really?
first time the two have spoken to each other since Problem Child 2.
That's cute.
So it was cool. Apparently, from what I've been able to find, people who have heard it said that yeah, it was a pretty cool talk. Like it was just like, oh, how you been doing and shit. Like because the two apparently really liked each other even back then. So that's pretty cool.
Ah.
I wish I could hear that myself, but unfortunately, as far as I could find, there's no audio recording of it. Sadly, it's a radio show. People don't usually archive those on the internet, so sadly.
Unless it's something special, like say the Blue Beetle stuff or the Doctor Who one.
But it is cool. In fact, this particular movie has my favorite of the Gilbert Gottfried scenes of this trilogy. All right, everybody. So let's get into the sequel. Why not? Which was made right after with the same cast and the same writers. It's a different director, a different composer, but it's the same writers. So we're still in good hands. Um, all right. We'll start this time. We don't have the special anniversary Universal logo. We have the regular '90s Universal logo.
Mhm.
So it should be fine. Just start at 0 right before the logo starts. You should be fine if you're watching this on Blu-ray. The digital versions should be the same as this. I mean,
Alright.
I doubt there'll be any differences. 3, 2, 1, click. All right.
Also,
So I want to point this out because
oh, go on.
right from the very beginning, from the very first scene, you can tell. Okay, we're golden. Like this is gonna be a really good sequel that's on par with the first one, because right from the very first scene, I'm noticing two really good things right from the bat. Just listen to this.
Definitely keeping in tone with the first movie.
See, right
They
from,
also-
ladies and gentlemen, this is Problem Child 2. See, right from the very beginning, you can tell, okay, we're golden. Like,
Property damage like 10 seconds in.
see,
Fantastic.
see, like, right from the beginning, you can tell you're in for a worthy sequel, because, yeah, the writers haven't skipped a beat.
Yeah, so I remember the first movie was overall good. It knew what tone it wanted to go with. My only issue was that sometimes it felt like it wanted us to feel sorry for the kid in boats where he had not earned it. So maybe they've learned from that, and if they can iron that out, I'd say this will be an even better one.
Also,
This is actually my favorite movie of the trilogy, so let's see what you think. Go on.
Checkers. One thing that I instead discovered is that we did mention the budget and the recouping of the first movie. What I didn't notice, because I had to read more about it, is that it beat at the box office the DuckTales movie, the one of the Magic Lamp, which was actually released around the same time. That's a bit of a shame. I actually like that one.
Oh no, to be yeah.
I didn't know, but it underperformed.
I will argue that was most.
Get it?
If I remember correctly, Disney did a terrible job marketing that movie, and that's why. But yeah, one of the things that there you go. Here's a thing, like not just the fact that the writing is still funny, everything about the characters that we've seen from the previous movie is retained. Junior. As you're going to see throughout this movie, Junior's still a problem child, but he's nowhere near as problematic as he was in the first movie, as you're going to see.
Fuck you.
They still keep his I mean, obviously, there's...
They let him drive again.
Well, Shiroi, the dad needed to sleep, so they take turns. See?
I'm also guessing, having this excuse for this trip is a good excuse to move away from the whole neighbor thing, which, if they stayed there, we would have needed to address what happened to the characters there, I'm guessing.
And now, meet the new major female character. She's actually Shiroi, the problem child girl. Because basically, she's gonna be Junior's rival of sorts. So
Yeah, that's a
He's
look
met
that
his
definitely-
match kind of thing.
Finally, a worthy opponent.
yes,
Legendary.
but what I love about it is that the writers, again, it's the same writers, and they retain what the characters have done throughout the first movie. Junior, like I said, we're going to see that he's still problematic, but nowhere near as much as he was in the first movie, I will argue. And Ben is more cynical compared to how he was in the first movie after what happened in the first movie, as you saw for that first line. Yeah, you're right. Let's blow this joint. So Ben is now more cynical than he was in the first movie, which perfectly fit.
Gets around.
Yeah. So yeah, his art.
Jesus.
What happened to him in the first movie is still reflects on how the character behaves. So I do like that.
Apparently,
Dude.
he's the talk of town amongst the ladies.
Yeah.
Dang.
Well, Jova, he's a new single, and
There are hot single men in your area.
Well, you know what they say: women find arousing a man who is capable of
changing a
care of
diaper.
child.
Yeah, that's the usual joke that the ladies find it hot when a guy that can change a diaper and shit like that. And you'll notice that they now dress alike and everything.
And nothing will come in between the two of us.
Hello.
Oh my!
The subtlety of a brick to the face.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Ashira, I think that woman is thirsty. What do you think?
She's something.
Where'd the other one go? Oh!
Damn.
See, I thought the others were gonna be hiding behind that first lady's massive hat. Like she turns to the side and they're all just there.
Also, it's a bit hilarious because the actor, there you go, the actor who plays the father, I actually wait. I saw this guy also too.
Yeah, this actor was on a lot of stuff in the 90s too, so you might have seen him somewhere.
Discount Tony Soprano.
Oh, so apparently there's a reason that there's a lot of women here. This is like the divorcee capital.
There you go.
Of course.
Go on to.
Ben's actor, John Ritter. I remember now him because he played one of the adults in the It miniseries around this time. I don't recognize because if I recall correctly, he was one of them with the mustache or the beard.
But yeah, the plot is that Ben and Junior moved from Cold River to Mortville to start fresh.
Probably for the best, given the near...
neighborhood, yeah.
Well, not just that, but the near criminal amount of activity that occurred.
Go back to the Overlook Hotel. You have been missing from there.
Yeah, this is the other thing. This is one of the big reasons why I really appreciate Michael Oliver's acting, because not all the child actors in this movie are great. Those twin girls, I'm sure they're nice girls, but their acting is not exactly great.
I'd say it's fine for what it is, like, you know, the stoic mafioso twins. I'm guessing
speaking
that's
of
what
which,
they're going
Mr.
for.
Berger, yes, that's his last name as you mentioned. There we go. Alan Blumenfeld.
Well, again, he's being very condescending right now.
Oh, he was in Friday the 13th, Part 6.
Oh, boy. He's gonna get it.
That's my secret cap.
That is the look of a man who, while he loves his son, knows that he is still raising a monster.
And now Junior made a
Oh,
face that's
no.
like, you're on my list.
Yeah.
Hill will disapprove of his behavior, child.
I love his shit-eating grin.
Also, they have a dragon statue in their garden.
Yes.
Oh no. And several skin grafts.
Bummer. We need Mila Jovovich to use the correct lighter.
No. I've had enough of that woman, thank you. You can keep her
Of course,
Oh,
we
you
have
can-
it
Oh,
just
no.
right there. Holy shit.
It's okay,
Yeah,
guys.
several
It's okay.
skin grafts.
It's okay. It's okay. Remember, guys, we're operating on cartoon logic, so he'll be fine.
It's okay, he landed in the
See,
pool.
they even have him be
Ashface.
ash face and everything. So again, as usual, we're operating on cartoon logic, so whatever.
The convenient paddling pool.
Yes.
All right. So welcome to Mortville Elementary, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh god, they're putting this kid in a school.
He probably would.
Yeah, you would. And they'll be the teachers.
Damn.
Just pray to God you don't come back to the school burnt down. Well, clearly, living with Junior has given him new strength as part of the adaptation process.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I give you Gilbert Gottfried.
Wait, what's he doing here?
He's explain.
I just said it.
Yeah, he's the
He moved here. He changed careers.
I mean, I can understand that. But...
Oh.
Also, is your place dirty by something?
That's the thing. His entire desk is made of pencils too. Don't ask me why.
No, I noticed also red splotches all over the phone. Like, was there a
Oh.
deleted scene or something?
I get the feeling that's just meant to make you think, was there a murder in here? It's just dark humor. So. I love this
The
man
cope
so
is
much.
real.
The cope is indeed real, but that's the
Yeah.
thing. Again, it's also we're actually about to like one of my favorite bits here.
Anyone who fights is a genius.
Oh, hold on.
Uh-oh.
You don't like me when I'm angry. Okay then. Sure.
The American education system at work, ladies and gentlemen.
I also saw these guys somewhere else too.
Hold on. Oh yeah, he's Mr. Strickland from Back to the Future too.
Oh, right. Brilliant. The sweat. Uh-oh.
Mm.
Jesus.
Don't worry, this kid's gonna get it.
Time to get shoved into a locker.
See, this is the other thing that I was talking about with the first movie. Again, the whole, we all wish we could have been like this towards our bullies. And yes, thanks to the PG-13 rating, we still have mouth swearing.
Discombobulate.
Yes, pretty much. Apply pressure with tape.
Okay, in Junior's defense, this was I will consider this self-defense.
Yes.
Well,
How?
He became Spider-Man, I guess. I also noticed we have a different...
Alright, so now I want to actually talk about something that I didn't talk about in the previous movie because I wanted to wait until this moment. Okay, this woman, this female, this is going to be the primary female antagonist of the... See, does she look familiar to... Exactly, Jova. She's played by Amy Yasbeck, who played Flo in the first movie. So, and as you're going to see, too, this franchise loves casting gags. So yes, Flo is I guess reincarnated as Lawanda D'Amour.
With a very thick southern accent this time around.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Okay.
Oh god.
Okay. This goes by too quickly for Shiroi to notice. Basically, Shiroi, on these portraits of the previous hubbies, all of them are played by John Ritter as well.
Huh.
So again, the this is something that starts with this movie likes its casting gags, basically.
Home of the Cougars.
Jesus.
Attempted murder. What an active first day.
All right, and now I guess the school nurse will handle it. All right,
Oh wait, actually that looks more like Flo.
that's because Jova, the good female character, Annie Young, she's also played by Amy Yazbek.
Oh, great.
So yeah, I mean I have to give it to them that Amy Yazbek is the primary female actress of this franchise. Basically, she plays every major female character.
Oh wait, hold on, let me check them. The other woman you said is called Lawanda Demore, right?
The villain, they're both of the characters are played by Amy Yazbek. Yeah.
Oh well, according to the cast listing, Lawanda Demore is actually played by a woman called
Wait,
Lorraine
wasn't it?
Newman.
Hold on, let me double check real quick. I thought I remember her. Oh, never mind. Jova's right. Oh, for some reason I thought it was the same.
I don't blame you. She looks a lot like
Yeah.
Amy Yazbek.
Oh, she's
Yeah.
SNL.
I get the feeling I get the feeling if they probably cast her because she looked like Amy.
Oh. Oh.
I love that she gets her own variation of Bad to the Bone.
Yep.
Dang. Oh.
Okay, she's Jigglypuff. Okay. I mean, are we sure? I don't think Joe Ritter is that ugly, but like, goddamn, he really does get around in this movie.
Well, from what we hear, apparently Mortville is like the divorcee capital of the world or something. Like, it seems like a lot of people here are single and ready to mingle.
Callbacks to the first movie. Nice.
Yep.
We kill him.
But that would be a crime.
That's not how it
Yeah,
works.
you kill him.
Oh, so I'm guessing you're gonna make one of those
Hey!
for the greater good type of arguments.
The greater good.
Oh, hey, Big Ben.
Yeah, Big Ben. Jack,
The mustache now.
like Joe pointed out yesterday, Jack Warden is one of the few actors who shows up in all three movies.
You must really like him.
Well, Jack Warden was also in that terrible Carrot Top movie, Chairman of the Board. So it's abundantly clear that this guy was one of those actors that just took any role that was thrown at him. So
Oh my god, Chairman of the Board. Now, there's a 90s flick.
Hey, we have an arcade cabinet too.
Babysitter.
I don't recognize what it is.
Oh no.
Played by Christina Simons. God damn. The first is very real in this.
Please, kid. Anyway, Debbie
Never
is
let
played
him
by...
talk to guests, ever.
Let's see, Charlene. Let's see, Debbie is played by Charlene Tilton. Ah, hey, Jodie Foster from the original Freaky Friday.
All right, that's cool.
Please don't drive her insane. She's an innocent bystander in all this.
Yeah.
Okay, I have heard that American documentaries tend to be very different from the British one, but not to this level.
And yeah, oh, hold on. All right.
Oh, she's one of those babysitters.
I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah, she's just here for the pay. She's just here for the pay.
She even smokes around the kid.
Yeah.
Oh.
As in,
no.
as in her ex.
I think I saw for this guy. Let me check.
Kid, don't go reopening old wounds.
Oh. He's also eating dog food.
You know, kid, you sound like you're putting out a hit on your your dad.
I know, right?
I also noticed that this guy also had one of the big band starter kits in the background.
She seems like a nice person, so I wonder what the twist is.
Well, let's see, Jova.
Ow.
What?
Hold on.
Yeah, fool me once, fool me twice.
Ooh.
No, actually, it was in the
it's
kidney.
Sydney,
It's a kid-
okay.
Wait,
What?
what? Shame on him.
What?
Defending himself. What the hell?
Ladies and gentlemen, the most fickle woman in the universe.
Wait, go back. What?
Wait.
That's the thing, Shiro. Apparently, she still secretly likes him and didn't like it when he hit him. When he hit him.
Oh. The babysitter also has a boyfriend.
Yeah, this was actually
He really is one of those babysitters.
This was actually a 90s cliche as well, because the Menace movie did this too.
Also, what was the kid playing in there? Does he have like his own arcade machine?
I think it was a case where his bad, of course, the bad spaceship did had like a console that produces sound effects.
No, kid, no.
Oh
No.
I love this joke. Hold on.
Zach Grenier.
I have to say,
the Detorare tag is present in this one too.
I have to say, Ben is such a big man for actually driving that woman home after this.
They really don't make comedies like this anymore.
Okay, that's where we saw him drive the Wojtek. He was in Twister, one of the people of the crew.
Oh no!
Oh god.
They really don't make comedies like these anymore that fully embrace their silly concepts like this.
What? They're definitely making usage of that PG-13 rating.
I was also in Fight Club. Fantastic form out of a Silver Surfer.
I love Junior's defense regarding this. I mean, he has a point. I mean, people. It's not like people were complaining.
Oh no.
What are you doing here?
He's gonna explain.
Why are you dressed as a leprechaun?
He's mooching off of them, isn't he?
Very good, Jova.
That is
Oh, don't go.
quite. That is quite ironic, given how originally it was the son coming to the dad from
Doesn't
Money
look
House.
friendly to me.
Yeah, the stock is unbalanced. Even Ben just said it. Unbalanced. Sorry.
Wow.
Yeah, we saw who bought it.
Wow. The irony. The absolute irony.
Yeah, I'm with Junior on this one.
Of course.
Grade A gaslighting.
So yeah, he has to sleep in Junior's room.
Boy, Junior really did get a nice bed set.
Oh. Oh no, you don't, you little shit.
Oh, they're dead. They are so, so dead.
And of course he snores.
That is a very cool bed, all things considered.
It
He
is.
would have loved that type.
Yeah. I also like his UFO pajamas.
I
It's
understand.
coordinated, the entire set.
I have to say, Junior is showing some amazing restraint, all things considered. Usually by now he's contemplating murder.
That's what I said. You can tell that at least he softened up a bit because of what happened in the first movie. So I do like it. I do, again, the fact that we have the same writers and they kept the character progression intact. So I appreciate that.
That I do like. Again, one of my flaws with the original movie was, again, there were some points where the movie wanted us to feel sorry for him where he had not yet earned it. Like, here, I feel like there's at least better balance so far.
Mm-hmm.
Yeet.
Unlike the first movie, Jova, the development of this one was much smoother because they were just continuing things after the foundation had already been set. So.
Uh-huh.
Because remember, the original movie was meant to be much more darker and meant for adults only, but Universal
Really?
mandated it into being more family friendly because they thought it would make more money that way. So, this is actually important. This is actually important,
This is-
actually.
Rock.
Yeah.
Of course we did. Also, this teacher is constantly sweating profusely. What the hell?
Maybe he's
Sensible to the hotness? I don't know.
he's very sensible to heat. Maybe I don't know.
Oh, boy. Well, it's nice to actually see a teacher who's enthusiastic about his
Well,
job. in
helps
one of
that,
these.
Junior gave a good first impression on him.
I also like how he now has a slingshot because back in the 90s this was such a cliche that every rebel slash prankster kid always had a slingshot. Bart had one. Dennis had one. It was such a 90s thing.
I recall him having a slingshot in the first movie, too.
It got to the yeah, that Fedor has a point because that was kind of the exact reason why I first was oh Jesus, why at first I was dreading Star Wars Rebels because they gave the main protagonist a laser slingshot. Thank God they
Yeah.
changed that quickly.
Even so, we're going back to Amy Yazbek. It's funny how she went from playing of such a despicable human being to playing a nice nurse character.
It shows a bit also adaptability, which is more what we can say for the actress that we saw last year in Casper, who, despite having different roles, gave the same impression, basically.
Yeah, basically.
Oh my god! It's interesting the parallels between this and the Casper franchise.
Also Universal.
For better or for worse.
Technically, the two sequels were from Fox and Saban, but technically Universal owns it right now.
Boy, I'd laugh if it turns out she's actually John's love interest.
From
in
what I
this.
checked, the huge version that I checked, apparently the character is basically, mysteriously disappeared and we don't ever know what happened to her.
You mean Flo? Yeah, we never mentioned Flo ever again. Well, the first movie, the first movie implied that they divorce anyway, so it's not that much of an. I don't particularly care much for them mentioning it anyway. I feel like the ending of the first movie basically implied everything that was going to happen anyway, so whatever.
Like, if they didn't divorce, then she probably died, or they never heard from her again after she was.
Oh yeah, basically,
Yeah,
sorry, I'll recap. No, actually, go ahead. I'll wait for Shiro to return. Go on.
But yeah, like I said, I will so laugh if it turns out that those two are love interests, and it just ends up that in a meta sense, Ben ended up getting back together with his wife.
Joe, it's not a good idea. You just call out the ending of the movie, right?
It's again not necessary to a fault, but easy to telegraph.
Yeah.
Also, don't give.
That's what that's the thing, Joe. I'm honestly convinced, Joe, that reason that you just explained is exactly why they cast Amy Yazbek as this character for that purpose, for that irony aspect. Basically, Ben asked the nice nurse character, who's played by Amy Yazbek, as in Flo from the first movie, right? And he says yes, she can't go out with men because she has a problem, but we don't know what the problem is yet. But based on what we saw earlier, you might have already put one together. It will become obvious later. But yeah, they won't give him a lemonade for only a quarter, so he decided to fill it. Go to fill up our lemonade, and yeah. Fill it up? Okay.
Yeah, we know exactly what's happening right now.
Oh,
I love that. It's so perfect. Like, it's the same kind of censorship we see in something like Yokai Watch or 100 Girlfriends. It's just...
I was gonna say, we've seen this kind of censorship before.
There you go. Here's Jarati.
Okay, you know what? You deserve it, bitches.
Oh no!
Poor Mr. Burger.
Oh, you!
Beep boop.
The economy.
They're just kids. Let them have their fun. This is going to be terrible for... Oh, no.
Oh!
I love his remark, actually.
I love it. He gets to pretty much enjoy it without... I guess nobody got hurt technically in that regard.
Nope. Not really.
So that, I guess, in a way, he has found a way to broker the peace. Yeah, after the last babysitter. Is this really an improvement, though? Junior, there's this thing adults call love. And I have a lot to share with more than just you.
Oh no.
Well, don't worry, Joe, but he'll learn that in the third movie. Because the third movie is called Problem Child 3 Junior in Love.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy. So, yeah, Junior's one of those possessive kids who doesn't want their parent to go.
Mm-hmm. Well, that makes perfect sense with his character from the first movie. So
He finally got someone who loves him, and he does not want to lose that person, no matter the cost.
What the hell is he rigging?
The doorbell.
Oh boy. Junior, no!
And now here's some good old-fashioned 90s live-action slapstick. I love it.
Does an execution involve flashing? Asking just for sheer sake.
Actually, you know what? Sure, just in case, be prepared to close your eyes, just in case.
Sure.
Just in case. I don't know if it's...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh god!
Yeah, go ahead. There you go, now you can open.
Oh jeez.
Suddenly, Helena Bonham Carter.
Oh,
What are you
does
doing
look like
here?
Oh my god, Lois! It's Helena Bonham Carter!
I really wish 90s cartoon slapstick comedies like this had still got made. I miss these kinds of comedies so much.
And she's dead. Again, I hate to say it, but Grandpa once again has a point about the kid.
Well, Junior nodded as you were saying that, so yeah, he agrees, actually.
John.
Yeah, definitely.
Sorry. Then again, that's the Stockholm syndrome talking.
He loves his son, but
Oh.
there it is, the one that got... Did she just put the middle finger at him?
Yes, she did.
You know, these kids must have had so much fun getting to do all this.
I know, right? I know, right?
Holy ground, I cannot pass.
Like, I'm not only do I get to do all these things I'm not allowed to, I get paid for doing them. This is like heaven for a kid.
Even getting to swear.
Yeah.
Wait for it.
Got her.
My territory.
Oh, damn.
Oh, shoot!
And that's coming from Junior,
he's
and that's
got his match.
and that's coming from Junior. Keep that in mind. Like I said, you're insane.
Oh, no.
Oh no.
Ah, this
Oh
is
no, this poor teacher.
this is another classic 90s slapstick gag.
Sorry, Clark Kent, we need to move. I don't remember the title of the song, but I've also heard it.
Oh!
Oh,
Right up the
I mean, I guess you
ass.
enjoyed it.
Boy, these two twins really run the child market around these parts.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Oh no! He's not denying it. Oh boy.
Uh-huh. Ah,
Huh,
very funny. I've fallen and I can't get up.
Or I can't get down.
Also, I love how the car's license plate says Junior's dead.
Girl's gotta hold on to
Oh, yeah, and her license plate says Big Bucks. Ha. Oh, that reminds me too. This is another thing that I forgot to talk about
Yes.
in the first movie's commentary. Amy Yazbek, you know her as well as Maid Marian from Robin Hood Men in Tights by Mel Brooks.
Ah.
So,
Yep.
and she was
She's
also Peggy Brandt and
Mina
Jim.
Seward.
Yeah, she was also Peggy Brandt in Jim Carrey's The Mask. So
There's also
Cool.
Mina Seward in Mel Brooks's Dracula, Dead and Loving It.
yeah. There you go. See, sure, we're just going to have a fun father-son time at the amusement park.
uh-huh.
Right. Crazy dance. Oh, dance. Okay.
I never got this. Is this an American thing? Because I've seen this in a lot of
In
American
general,
movies.
Safety railings, measurement protection.
Okay, I get that. I get the whole age thing, but instead of asking the kid's age, they say, "Oh, you have to be this tall." Like,
No.
That's
Safety.
why. That's
Height.
what
The
it
railment,
is.
like the bar needs to be at a certain height in relation to your
no,
body.
I get that, but what if he's old enough but a short person? You know,
Yeah,
like
No, Peg.
Unfortunately, that's the problem because the entire thing about the protection bars, serves to prevent for you to be jumped or being jumped outside the car thing.
I guess.
Pretty much like. Okay. The deal is like that's the thing. If you're too short, tough. But yeah, that's how riding regulations work. Like regardless of
Like
age.
physics, unfortunately, doesn't care about you.
I guess.
Oh man.
Wait, she was even shorter than him.
Hold on, Joe.
Yeah, there we go. Yes. That is a trick a lot of kids did use back in the day. Probably some still to this day.
All right, Shiroi. Now, here's the thing. I really get the feeling that the vomiting scene from Family Guy, you know the one, right?
The Peacock one.
Was inspired by this one because it's
no.
basically the same gag.
Oh God.
Yeah, I'm hoping. I was wondering from before. I hope this sequel doesn't, try to rely too much on, gross out humor.
No.
It hasn't for the most part.
Not really. Too. I can tell you that this is as bad as this scene is as bad as it gets. In terms of gross out stuff. I mean, I'm not bothered by it, but I can understand people who are.
It's a good thing I stopped eating by now.
I also personally can never actually get onto one of these rides because even regardless of malfunctioning like Junior is clearly about to do, I tend to get nauseated easily.
I swear, every time Michael Oliver smiles at the camera, it's just like so good.
I can definitely see why they consider Macaulay Culkin in the role first because, that kind of camera glance with a smile, that's probably, something he would have done also, but, good enough. Whoa.
All right, Shiroi, if
yeah, this is kind of
go
awkward
ahead.
to look at.
If for
Go ahead.
consolation, Shiroi, I also can't see much. Oh, God. Jesus Christ.
I mean, the effect is good. I like the effects. It's also the timing. Like they do a good job with the comedic timing, at least. So
Yeah, I'm kind of with John Ritter.
I love how the father can just sense. How he
Oh, God,
sense in a way that
They
his son...
vomited on Uncle Sam, the humanity.
even Uncle Sam couldn't escape this.
The thing is, right, vomit, like, itself, like, the appearance and all that is kind of whatever. It's the smell and the sound.
Obviously.
Ironically, see?
The whole thing about Team America with its gag is that the entire joke is that it was portraying too long and the music was doing the acting for the most of it at the very least.
Oh,
Yeah.
this bit too. The ride goes so fast, it explodes.
It's short circuits.
Hold on. Wait for it. Oh, no.
And everyone died.
Never mind. I'm mistaking it for something else. Sorry. Go on.
Hey,
that's
the title of the movie.
They did it in the first movie, too.
Okay,
Oh, this in here. I love that response. Well, I suppose that makes sense.
well, that's a start. I love how he just automatically knows that he was the cause of that.
Mm-hmm.
Which, to be fair, given that trouble just seems to find them, can't blame him. You see, guys, if Junior can become better, there truly is faith in humanity.
All right.
No, Wanda.
Okay.
So,
This lady really likes the color red. Go
Yeah.
on, Jova.
Oh, look at that, Jova. A lady after your own heart.
Like I said, good taste in color on her part. So what's her reason for wanting to bone Ben?
Because
Apparently
she finds him hot.
irresistible.
She finds him hot like all the other women. Jova. Like apparently
Okay.
Ben is this big, I guess big Chad.
Apologies for the people she defined him as such. Also, her personality is technically different, but considering also, the color choice, the haircut and everything, and also the type of sidekick that she has, the more bumbling, overweight. Damn, happy birthday! Look at all that cake. But the type of sidekick that she has, the overweight guy, I'm reminded of a villain of the first Rescuers movie. I think she was called Medusa or something.
I honestly thought that you were going to be reminded. Oh wait, no, you weren't there to watch 101 Dalmatians with us.
I saw versions of that.
She's worth $50 million. I guess. I mean, that's not too much in the grand scheme of things, but sure.
Back in the 90s, much more money.
I guess, yeah.
God, how weird is it that nowadays people would say 50 million doesn't sound like that much? Can't even say she's a gold digger because she's the rich one.
Yeah. No, she's just a Black Widow after her next victim, basically.
Black Widow?
No. Well, I'm making more of a joke. She's just not planning on killing him or anything.
So the red represents the blood sucking.
Of course.
Oh, I get
also,
that,
that's the thing, shit. Consider also her phrasing, fresh blood in town. I was actually pondering if the twist is that she's a vampire or something. Probably not, but also.
Also, hold on. Their address: Healy 911.
Oh man.
No, sir. It's 911, as in the emergency number.
The emergency services for America.
I mean, it couldn't. I mean, this is 10 years before Teo, so it couldn't be a 9/11 joke.
But
all right, now get this. I love this gag.
Yeah, the dog is like, what the fuck are you doing?
Everyone's dressed in red today.
Oh my god, it's actually working.
Again, Teo, through the power of 90s cartoon logic.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
It may have worked a little too well. Wait, is the dog dead?
I think he just petrified the dog.
Jesus.
Southern Belle.
Oh no, more clowns.
Again.
Yeah,
My
Tomb Raider hates
one
them too.
weakness.
Oh. Oh no.
Road Shota. Huh. Oh no.
Also, Barbaro Civil in the background.
Eh?
The extra protein makes it great.
Okay, is that tomato haunted?
The cockroaches. The cockroaches, Jova.
I thought they were spiders. Oh! Oh no! Oh god!
Jesus.
Once you have one, you cannot get rid of them.
Not even with the atomic bomb.
That's it. You gotta burn the whole house down.
Call
No.
the exterminator, please.
Oh god.
Ah.
Oh.
No.
And you're just enjoying his choco bar.
Yeah.
He's right with that. I thought.
I mean, Ben does have a point. Like, yeah, Junior's been treating
It's
her
a
kind of
crime
just as.
situation, Drova.
Yeah, exactly. Like Junior's treated her bad, kind of just like he treats almost anyone else he thinks is getting in between the two of them.
That is true, but he did try to tell Ben, look, this time it's different. She really is a bad.
I guess
it's the boy cried wolf. It's the boy who cried wolf. A bit where like he's done this so much that now it's actually a real problem. His dad doesn't believe him, basically.
I will say that from his perspective, I don't know if Junior really has much reason to think she's bad. Like, sure, she told him to get lost and all that, but to be fair...
Oh, there you go. There you go, Joe.
You must really have the hots for this kid's dad to be willing to put up with anything he does.
Damn.
I mean, pretty much every outfit she wears has cake.
Very much so.
Oh, I love this bit. Listen to this.
Of course.
And look at his science project. How electricity works.
I also noticed Benny made the doll in shape of a serial killer in the first movie.
I'm wondering if that's what happened to him
What the
afterwards.
fuck?
It's because of what happened in the bathroom, too.
Yeah.
And guess what, Joe? But since you really appreciated the subversion aspect of the first movie, this movie is about to subvert its own franchise in a bit. Just listen to this. Uncle Sam and Sam the Eagle, I'm guessing.
Baldy. Let me guess, it's the little girl instead of him.
Very good, too.
There she is.
So there you go. Trixie is actually the nurse's,
nurse's
daughter.
daughter.
So there you go, Jova.
Oh.
We found the one woman who knows exactly what Ben is going through.
Oh god, she tied them up and everything.
See, Sheila, they're a perfect match.
He's just found the love of his life.
And there you go, Junior has actually been good. He's actually been on his seat doing nothing this time. So.
Are you okay? Is a limping there?
Well, remember he fell, so I'm guessing he twisted his ankle.
No, I actually literally do. And Trixie might actually be worse than Junior, so that says a lot. Oh, the clown bed is literally a cage, get it? Oh, so you're into that, huh?
Decisions. Oh no.
Oh.
Hey, Nippy!
Oh no.
He's dead.
Actually, Sheila, believe it or not, he is not.
Oh.
How is this even possible? Physically possible?
Hypnotism taken to exaggeration, I guess.
Again, in most cases, I would think he's bad for assuming it's always the kid, but no, he has every right to assume it's Junior. Oh boy. I mean, what reason would she have to hate? Okay, she has a lot of reasons to hate, but like that's a sad thing. Junior technically cast the first stone, so even if she did hate him from the father's stand, she has every right to hate that kid.
Like I said, Junior's overall scenario in this movie is the boy who cried wolf thing, where if he had actually been good from the beginning, his dad would have actually believed him this time. So.
Mm-hmm. Blood test?
Seriously, again, this old mentioning about blood is making me think she's actually a vampire when it's clear probably she's not.
No.
Well, she
not.
becomes a vampire
Well,
with Dracula dead and loving it.
How about this,
so...
Taylor? How about this, Taylor? We'll compromise. She's a succubus. There you go.
There.
Eh?
You'll see. Hold on. There you go, Shira. Now you're about to see what becomes of Nippy. Because, believe it or not, Shira, there is a way to cure Nippy.
Oh.
Don't worry, it's fine, Shiroi.
Oh,
Don't worry, Nippy will not get hurt, Shiroi.
what was that?
They're like, are those two like?
Yeah, that's the joke. Yeah,
Bros.
that's the joke. That's the joke. Those two are apparently an item.
I guess for having a gay joke in the 90s, it is surprisingly restrained.
No, that's not even necessarily a gay joke. It's more so a couples joke. Stop it. You know, that's a typical couples thing, not even a gay thing. So whatever.
The dog food. If you forgot, I recognize that. It's the thing that
Horse?
Russian guy was eating before.
Yep. Very,
Oh.
very, very good too.
He was literally eating dog food.
And there you go, Shiroi. See, Nippy's fine. He just like that food is so good. It cures petrification, Shiroi. There you go.
Oh,
All they had to do was open a cat.
Jesus.
Holy crap!
How?
How does that even work?
How? I mean, okay, he was petrified for like 2 weeks. That stuff's gonna build up.
Also, considering what Pedro told us, this being, a satire deconstruction of the nice kid in the sitcom kind of genre, I get the idea this thing parodies the whole product placement kind of bit.
Yeah, basically. Hold on, I have to mention this. They said, "Oh, don't touch that. That's dogs with rabies blood." So he swapped Lawanda's blood with a rabid dog's blood.
How did he
Considering
get the
this is
chance
universal,
to do that?
Considering this is Universal in 1991, I wonder if the animation for that virus was the same one used for Mr. DNA in Jurassic Park. Damn.
She is set for the love life. Jesus. Wait, so she has been a bride before.
Remember, 6 times.
Oh, so she really is a widow.
Yeah. Oh, look at that stripper. Oh, and notice her mouth right just now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God.
Oh, she's completely lost it.
Oh god, they tied her up completely.
You see, Tia, she's not actually a vampire. She's a werewolf.
Maybe a cougar? I guess that's the joke.
Well, apparently this town is the home of the cougars, as that school sign put it.
I mean, the first Parents Trap movie did in the 50s, or 60s, I forgot, did have a joke like that.
I think you'll like to know too, by the way, that because of the more TV nature of the first movie, they have to cut down on any possible gross out stuff. So I think maybe you might appreciate that.
She's willing to get married while in a gurney. Good lord.
Yeah, I'm with Junior when it comes to Grandpa just now. And here's another one of my favorite gags.
KP.
Oh no.
Okay then. Yeah, because there you go too. He swaps the medical procedure thing is with Luanda's. There you go. Because that works. Again,
Absolutely.
for the sake of the cartoon logic, let's just roll with it. And here's another bit because we actually have some more Gilbert Gottfried in this bit.
What are the chances?
Hi.
Oh. Call back to the first movie.
Yep.
Oh, does he actually approve of this woman?
Well, she's actually nice to him, for one, and you'll see. Oh, and look at that! Looks like Gilbert found himself a date too. I mean, the actual character, the actual character name is Peabody, but yeah.
Peabody is the last name at the first one. Let me see.
I can never get tired of listening to this man talk.
Oh,
Igor.
he has a Zorro.
His first name is Little Igor.
Yep.
He has a Zorro outfit. How nice to know.
Oh. Hey, you do not disrespect Gilbert Gottfried, Missy.
Oh, of course. Yeah, he's joke.
Oh no.
So yeah, this is another 90s cliche, the food fight scene.
This.
Every scene that he's in, like, he steals it completely.
Of course you realize.
This means war.
Oh.
A good old American food fight.
I know I said this before, but it bears repeating. I really miss comedies like these.
I mean, the pizza was probably not great anyway.
Oh boy.
Oh, she was wearing
Ooh.
white too.
Ooh, not the pasta sauce.
The spaghetti and the pasta.
And everybody joins in.
Pizza did nothing wrong.
Very well. It's war then. That sounded like something expensive breaking.
Yep. Run.
Pizza Raving, that's the name of the place.
You look like you got enough to eat. This is not something kids should have to apologize. I'm sorry I nearly killed you with enough water to waterboard you into next week.
Let me check who the child character for Trixie is. Evian Schwan.
Oh my god, she has committed vehicular manslaughter.
I do like that other line right after that though. I gotta look out for her. See, in her mind, Jova, she's looking out for her mom. So.
Yes, I'll kill as many men that so much as look at my mom funny.
Oh my God,
Oh,
Shiroi.
no,
Now they're friends.
team.
Now they're friends.
Oh,
Oh no.
Oh my god,
It's over.
are we having the scene like from Face Off when she takes off the bandages and shocks it over?
Sure. No, Taylor, here's the thing. We're about to hear one of my all-time favorite lines in a movie because of the context. The line itself is nothing special, but in this context, it's great. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, let's see how Laura looks after the wonderful nose-altering procedure.
It really is like Face Off.
Listen to what she says. I love her scream. Well, Taylor, it's as good as a punchline as any other for that scene.
Yeah, would prefer a Nixon one. But the actress for Trixie, Yvonne Schwan, she was mostly active until 2000 when she retired.
There you go, Shiro. Now that to be so there you go, Shiro. To be fair,
Still not.
so there you go, Shiro. To be fair, the two team up, but it's actually to play Cupid and get their their parents together.
You know who you're talking to, sir. What are they going to do?
Oh,
What
God.
are they going to do?
They're gonna kill him.
Well, it was nice.
I
knowing
mean,
him,
she already was wearing gloves, so it's not like they'll leave any proof.
And she already knows not to leave fingerprints.
Actually,
God, this would be.
I've actually, even as a kid, I actually really like this particular shot of the two because you know, the fact that Junior's tall like this, like it makes it come across as a big brother figure to her already just from this bit.
Actually, would. You know, if they weren't going to be brother and sister, I could so see this being like a little toy ship.
So basically, they're gonna pray to the love rock that we established earlier.
Right, yes, left by the Indians.
Well, actually, they established, Jova, that this is a Dumor family thing. They didn't establish anything about the natives.
No, they did mention in the
What did they?
slideshow, Pedro, that it was actually property of the natives.
Okay then. Whatever. It's a love rock for the sake of this wish scene. Just roll with
It's
it.
a big rock.
God, I can only imagine how crazy an Ace Attorney trial would be with these characters.
Yeah, let me check, since again, I only mentioned the composer, but I haven't talked much about them, because it's a different one from the first movie. David Kitay. See. Oh, he composed also for Look Who's Talking To, the previous, and the duology.
Okay.
So I guess he's used to that.
Mhm.
Boris and Natasha, Surf Ninjas. Oh my.
To be fair, the music was the least of that movie's problems.
First scary movie.
Oh yeah, and look at that show. I love this bit. They're literally arguing about who has the worst kid. No, my kid's worse. No, my kid's worse.
you have a terrible kid that you had to handle. I have one too. Let's be
Okay,
a
okay.
couple.
I suppose, with all due respect, as far as we know, Trixie hasn't literally bulldozed a house with construction equipment, so perhaps she has not done as much damage as Junior.
Jova, put a pin on that for now.
Oh,
Also, maybe Tio, it's one of those. It's a problem shared is a problem halved. Kind of.
of course.
Look at that. When they're sleeping, they look cute and not like demonic hell spawns. Yeah, flashing each other thumbs up. This is the perfect thing to say to another woman on your wedding day.
Well, to be fair, I mean, come on. It's just a ride home. It doesn't mean anything by it. Come on, let's not.
Of course.
No, but I do like the bit that other scene with the photo actually, because it properly establishes that the one that Ben actually likes is Annie, but Annie of course says that no, I can't do it because I have Trixie and everything. But again, like she always said, a problem shared is a problem halved, honey. Like.
Yeah, that's actually one tradition that I understand its meaning, but I think it's very passé.
It's just a superstition thing, honestly, and I just find it dumb, honestly.
Unnecessary more than anything. Wow, that's actually a first. You hadn't much done with violins.
Ah, wow, even Brought on my forces too. That veil is doing its job well.
It's funny because string quartet is, as far as my limited music knowledge is, they tend to be more used for somber stuff. So maybe it's intentional.
So Junior is trying his best to make sure that she sees that Ben sees her face. So let's see. Oh.
To be fair,
Well,
it was just about.
gotta-
It was just a need to cut that. It wasn't probably that complex to do.
I don't know.
She is rich, so that was probably a minor inconvenience.
I gotta give her credit. She played the game and won there.
Damn it! Thwarted once again by capitalism.
All right, Jova. About your remark about Trixie with a bulldozer.
No way.
Uh-oh. Hi.
They truly are a match made in hell.
Oh, with the native balls.
She hates children? How dare she say that as a child could potentially kill us with that giant boulder?
Ye gods.
Why did some of you dive towards it?
The
Like-
Prometheus school of running away from things is best kept. Yeah, that's to get the priest to safety too.
Oh
What is
gosh.
she going? What is she planning to do?
She's gonna walk right through that boulder.
Yeah, what did you think was
Good
going
to happen.
I may have just killed a woman. Well, the current bride is smushed like a pancake, so, shall we?
Hey.
I love the payoff for this, actually.
Why don't you marry her?
Very good, too.
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
You didn't thought about that.
Very good, too.
Like the cash register sound effect.
I know, right?
Now look at that. Everyone will have a happy ending, I suppose.
Yeah, I think I might as well say it now, Jova. And this turns into why a lot there's a. Actually, no, I'll wait till after this scene. Actually,
I'm amazed she's alive.
Cartoon logic, as
yeah,
you said.
yeah. Again, just think of this as a '90s cartoon, Jova. That's basically what these movies are.
I honestly think it was between the mid 80s and the end of the 90s, early 2000s tops. That was of course. That was the general thought process that a lot of people had. Let's try to apply cartoons lab scenes to live action product, which I guess there was an idea for that.
Oh
but,
no.
Oh.
Well, Terry, you just have to look at Jim Carrey's The Mask as an example of how to do that well. So.
No, it's not a case of doing it right or wrong or anything. Just the fact that they wanted to do it.
That's what I keep saying earlier too. I actually miss I actually miss comedies like this, to be honest with you, like comedy, the 90s slapstick cartoon type of thing, because we don't really.
The thing is that
They don't.
the thing. Oh, it just ends like this.
Yeah.
Also, the thing, Predator, is that technically they still exist, but they're always terrible movies. Usually the one done by Happy Madison, or the terrible comedies with the Wayans.
Okay.
So technically, it still happens. They're just horrible movies.
Jova, thoughts on Problem Child 2?
It's a good movie. I'm gonna say it's on par with the first movie. Like, none of these are like, peak cinema or like the cream of the crop in media. Like, I mean, they are what they are. They are strictly, comedies, and not even the most stellar or highbrow comedies. Like, and I'll admit, this one gets probably even more crass than the first one, seeing as how we have little giant dookies of poop or barf and farting and all that. That being said, I'd say that this was fun like the first one. I found myself laughing, and I'll admit, I found myself laughing at even some of the poop and barf jokes, so kudos there. I don't often laugh at them.
Yeah, the thing that a lot of people tend to forget is that you can do gross out humor well. You just have to be someone who knows how to do it properly. Now, I will argue as far as I'm not saying that this is like a master class on how to do that, but I will argue I don't have a problem with the gross out humor in this one, to be honest, personally. Go on.
Now, again, I will say one issue I do have is that I feel like some of the people that get on the bad end of Junior, it does feel like maybe they don't deserve it as much. Like, even the main antagonist, I feel like they could have made her more of a dick. Like, sure, yeah, she talks about sending him off to Baghdad or military school, but yeah, Baghdad military school or something. But let's be honest, would Ben really have allowed her to do that overall?
It's more of a case that she would have waited until they were married so he could not do anything about it.
Probably.
I mean, if they were married, he probably would have protested against it, and if they hadn't agreed, would have divorced. Like, okay, that's not to say that she's not still the villain. She is. I just feel like they could have made her more terrible.
So I'm guessing you think like they could have made it more like Flo. Like Flo was like amazingly terrible, and I'm guessing you think that Lawanda is not terrible enough compared to Flo.
Like, okay, Flo was legit someone who would have just birthed a child to get power, essentially.
Yep.
And probably would have just dumped that child down. Like, as for Lawanda, yeah, she talks about sending him off to Baghdad. I guess the issue is like, well, her talking about how she hates kids, that comes after we see all the stuff Junior does to her, and I'm like, I mean, let's be honest. If this happened to us, I think we'd be questioning if we truly do love children. Like, ideally, we would come out still loving children, but kids like Junior and Trixie really do stress. They really do stress the limits of conditionless love.
Mm-hmm.
That said, that stuff aside, I still do find it a good barrel of laughs. Trixie is a very good foil to Junior in that regard. And I do dig how Junior does seem to have a character arc of such in the making, so I appreciate that. And I do like, how they subvert some of the usual expectations, like, hey, he actually hits it off well with his teacher. And I'll admit, I was surprised that they actually stuck with him being in the 6th grade the whole course of the way. Like, I thought that was something that was going to be undone later on, but nope, they stuck to it.
He's still there.
He actually apparently worked out well.
I can tell that he's still there in the third movie.
What, the teacher?
No, he's still in 6th grade.
In 6th grade.
Ah, that. But, yeah, no, like, I mean, kudos in that regard. Like, I do dig that he actually has a good relationship with his teacher and isn't just seen as a troublemaker just because he's new. Which is ironic, because that would have been one of the few times where it is warranted, because Junior is still a very free-spirited child, let's say. I mean, Trixie gives as good as she gets, but Junior is still... he is the original problem child from what we've seen. And As for the other characters, the twins are fine, but it feels like they kind of just drop off from the movie. I did actually dig how they brought back Big Ben overall. And shoot, he actually does do the logical thing. Why don't you marry her yourself?
Yeah.
He even
guess
gets the girl.
So
Like I said, in a way, everyone gets a happy
even the
ending.
villain gets her
So-
happy ending. Surprisingly, that's an interesting subversion. The villain gets her happy ending too.
I mean, as mentioned, she doesn't even care about the money. She really just wanted to marry someone she considered a.
Yeah.
Well,
And I guess she's
and he
into
wanted the
DILFs.
money, so yeah.
She likes collecting husbands.
That, yeah, which again makes me wonder, does she murder them at some point?
That's why I made the Black Widow joke.
It might be implied, but never outright stated.
I doubt it's that specifically. She probably just dumps them.
Hmm.
That or, well, okay, if she's a widow, that means that they died, so...
Or maybe
They
that.
just
I guess it depends.
sadly all passed away. That said, I will go on to this. She is a very entertaining antagonist. I don't think she's as evil as they could have made her to justify Junior's actions, but she is still an entertaining foe, and I'll give her credit. She makes good use of her money to combat Junior's antics, even right down to the plastic surgery. Like, god damn. Once again, in a sense, Junior could be seen as the villain, given how, yes, the woman threatened to send him out to Baghdad, but in return, he essentially made her look like she had rabies, got her quarantined, and kind of committed physical assault on her face indirectly. When you get down to it.
My overall stance on it,
into a monster.
is that even though you can argue she's still not as bad as Flo, she was clearly just like being incredibly disregard and just wanted to marry him and saw Junior as nothing but just an obstacle to overcome. Like I will argue she's still a genuinely really bad person like towards Junior, even though she may not be like the horribleness that Flo was, but I will argue she's still bad enough.
Like I said, what I would have done was have her be bad before Junior does the bad stuff. Like, the main reason she talks about sending him to Baghdad is because she's heard that he's the infamous devil child, and to be fair, even Ben admitted that Junior's a bit of a hellspawn. So again, I feel like, again, the difference between her and Flo is like, well, Flo, we knew from the get-go before she so much as interacted or even knew about Junior that she couldn't give two hoots about kids. Whereas with Lawanda, it feels like her problem is initially with him, and by the time that she says that she hates kids, this is after she has been on the receiving end of Junior's crap, figuratively and literally. So, again, I do get that she's the villain and she gets what's coming. I just wish that they could have done a better job showing that she deserves it to this extent. But again, aside from that stuff, it's more or less what I liked about the first film. It's very risque and manages to handle even its more risque senses of humor pretty well overall. So, yeah, another hit for me.
All right, Shiroi.
Yeah, that was another fun movie. Slightly over the first one. It is pretty much the same movie, basically. But, God, now there's two of them.
Curious, what elevates it over the first one for you, even so slightly?
I don't know. I feel like it had like a bit more consistency with everything it was doing, particularly the humor. I don't know. I just felt like I enjoyed it more.
I think I can get what you mean. Like, the first Problem Child definitely had some random bouts. Like, again, legit, the moment where the bow tie serial killer hates Junior up until the point where he's like, actually, no, I want you to join with me. Like, It feels like they did that out of nowhere just so that we can have the, no, Junior chooses to be with Ben moment, which was kind of random. Whereas here, it does feel like stuff flows better for the most part.
Yep.
No pun intended.
And, like, I feel like it was okay for, like, the dad to suddenly turn on Lawanda because, like, children anyway. So
It also has
I
important.
know the other characters don't have the context for it, but like we at least do. I feel like your mileage would be very.
I actually feel like it's one of those things where, remember, in the interactions Lawanda has with Ben before the wedding, she kind of comes, but don't you see, I want to help you raise Junior. Children need two parental. So she kind of tried to come across to him as a caring mother figure, and then and then the shoe drops, and it turns out it was just a load of horse shit. So that's where
I will say, as much as I did like that Ben ends up with Annie, how cool would it have been if we actually had a twist where Lawanda initially starts as a villain, but actually does end up growing to care for Junior?
I guess that could have been an interesting thought, I guess, but...
The type of comedy that they do here, kind of stuff, and the entire satirization of, sitcoms of a period. I'm not sure that would have been possible, Jova, but not really practical for what they wanted to do.
I guess. All right, so what do you think of Trixie?
Good addition, I think. And they work well together. Unfortunately for everyone involved.
Well, they helped their parents find true love, so that's one good deed they've done.
Yes, I suppose there's that. But more property damage bills.
Oh God, I would hate to be the boyfriend or girlfriend who messes with them and has to deal with the brother or sister getting revenge.
Or both. But that's it, I think. This was fun.
All right. Theo, what do you think of this one?
Okay, I think it's slightly better than the first movie. As I expressed during the commentary, I was not particularly fond of the more gross-out stuff that they did. I think you can definitely tell though that the writers knew already from the get-go in this case what to do, because as you told us, the first movie originally was even R-rated, and Universal had to step in to course correct. But in this case, it feels more focused and more, natural with this type of humor and progression. No, overall, I still technically enjoyed it for what they wanted to do. It's basically kind of like the same as the first. But because I enjoyed it a bit more, I guess if in this case, if I ended up as a child, zapping occasionally and finding this on TV, I probably would have ended up still watching it. I think this is a bit more entertainment value than the first to me.
Yeah, I did notice, even though these movies
kind of like this a bit more than the first one too.
Even though these movies are not your cup of tea, I did notice that you did laugh quite a bit for some of the jokes. So
there are also a couple of other more jokes for the adults, in this. So there is that.
Okay.
Too.
Like that boob tent one.
Yeah, I think it's one of those cases too where the writers looked at the success of the first movie, audience-wise, of course, and they just I guess we can roll with that and try to appeal to that. Then, and that's what they did.
It's a typical case where you see that the second product installment in a franchise, whatever it is, book, comic, video game, or even in this case movie, is relatively similar to the first one, but there are just a couple of improvements that it gives, an extra flavor or spice and makes it more enjoyable, at least to me, obviously. Even the acting is actually better across the board. Junior still has that tone of voice that I did mention in the first movie, but it's a bit better because they give him a set of scenes to work with that instead of having him to act at too many different kind of ranges of emotions. I'm surprised that the bully character drops relatively early. I thought it was going to be a menace throughout the entirety of the thing, but I think the last major active that we see him is the scene at the theme park. Other than that, he's in the background.
I can tell you too that the bully character returns in the third movie, and he's still played by the same actor.
Really?
Yes.
Interesting. Trixie is an excellent foil for Junior, and the fact that they actually get along without the movie having to telegraph them as love interest, but having to stay instead focus on their parents being, that's actually a nice touch. Because these kind of troublemaking kind of kids obviously their egos are a bit too incompatible. So this kind of similarity that they have works better with them as partners in crime or than actual lovers. So there is that.
Oh yeah, I've always interpreted that after that food fight, they had a lot of fun together. And they were, in that bit where she goes, okay, you know what? You're kind of cool. I guess sorry for doing that thing with the host. It's one of those things where they, okay, I guess we can be pals. They even say pals, so.
You can definitely tell that Gilbert Gottfried is having fun with this one.
Oh, yeah.
And thankfully, this time he was not nominated for a Razzie. Thank God.
Yeah. That would have been even more criminal, because I will argue he's even better here than he was in the first movie.
I haven't checked what the reception of this movie was, nor the budget or equipping, but from what I remember, you telling us, it was still taking a success, but not as much as the first movie.
It made enough money for them to make a TV sequel.
Okay. Whereas the first movie made $72.2 million off of an $11 million budget. This one made $32.7 million off of an $11 to $15 million budget.
Yeah,
so
that's another thing. Okay, so yeah, taking a success, but not as much as the first movie. But that's another interesting thing. The budget is still relatively the same, but you can tell that the props that they used are a bit more elaborate for what they wanted to do. So there is that.
Which is funny, because if I recall correctly, the budget for this movie is... Oh, wait, no, it was... It's apparently
the same. Slightly higher, I guess, but not that much.
Perhaps what happened was refinement. Which, to be fair, I do feel like, whether or not you like Problem Child 2 more or less than the original, I do feel like Problem Child 2 is overall more reformed, as you would expect with a follow-up where, they know what they're doing more so they double down on what works.
I like the antagonist. The music is actually better. It's less a synthesizer and a bit more orchestral. You can definitely tell that we're getting to the period of time of the kind of score that John Williams will refine with the first Home Alone. Ultimately, because I checked, apparently, as Pedro said, this franchise was the first cornerstone in the whole smart kid subgenre of the 90s. Like, this was the pebble that started the avalanche. So yeah, it's technically interesting across the board and technically better than the first movie. So aside from the gross out stuff, which, like I said, it's unfortunate, but I get the idea why it also has an audience, because they want to have the cartoon slapstick also to that kind of degree, and to showcase, we can make these cool effects in live action. And from what I'm guessing, Pedro has told us, the other shoe has to drop on the ending of this, but
yeah,
what do I have to find out? Go on, Pedro.
We'll see what happens there. I'm guessing this movie didn't make as much money, maybe due to the PG-13 rating.
Yeah, actually, before I go, that's another thing. Again, I mentioned this Jason Blum in the previous movie. Honestly, this fits his formula very well. Having a small budget for a guaranteed profit with not having to spend too much on special effects. It really could Universal could really take another crack at this, honestly.
Wouldn't it be funny if this is what inspired his method?
Indeed.
Possible. Go on, Pedro.
Yeah. Okay, before I start my final thoughts, this is where I have to drop my shoe, the other shoe. It's a shame, because I really appreciate this movie even more than the first one, because again, it retains things. Junior and Ben end up with a happy ending and a more properly formed found family. So I really enjoy the way this movie ends. I feel like this was probably the perfect way to end the series. Not that the third movie could not work, but unfortunately, when it comes to the third movie, it became a problem. The third movie was not written by the same writers. In fact, aside from a couple returning actors, none of the staff, as far as I'm aware, returned for the third movie. The third movie basically pretends that Annie and Trixie don't exist. I'm not kidding. The third movie literally starts with just the usual Ben and Junior thing, and it's like this movie never even happened.
Don't give like an explanation to
No,
the absence?
they don't even mention those characters. Look, I get that you need to recast most of the characters, including the kid. You could have recast Trixie and Annie if necessary. I would have preferred a recasting over completely pretending that characters didn't even exist. I mean, don't get me wrong. I enjoy the third movie. I think it's a really good movie. The problem is you have to get over the fact that it basically negates the second movie. And since the second movie is my favorite, it can be. So yeah, if you can't get over the fact that the third movie basically pretends the second one never happened, I'm not. Trust me, I understand. I personally can get over it. But I understand why someone, because there's a lot of Problem Child fans that I've seen that consider this a duology and ignore the third movie because they don't like how they took away Trixie and Annie, and because they really like those characters and they wanted those characters to continue. But unfortunately, the new filmmakers did not commit to what the second movie left off with. So that being said, we'll be able to judge. We'll be able. I still, if you. That being said, Jova, if you can get over that, it's still a really good Problem Child movie, in my opinion, at least. Because that's actually one thing that is kind of mixed. Fans tend to be mixed on the third movie. Some people enjoy it for what it is. Others are just like, no, I don't like how they just negated the entire second movie. And I can understand why.
So would you say fan base was that
the third movie's mixed? Yes.
No, I was going to ask that the second one's the most popular because from what I've seen, the second one also got the best critical reception. Yeah,
the second movie is usually regarded as the best in the trilogy.
Again, not uncommon. I tend to see this a lot with
Empire Strikes Back.
It's this a ton of times in trilogies. It's like the second one is seen as the peak.
Okay, so that being said, now that we've got that warning out of the way, Problem Child 2 is once again a lot of fun. I like how the characters retain the development they went through in the first movie. Ben is now more cynical compared to how he was in the first movie, which makes sense. Junior, while still a problem child, he's not as troublemaking as he was. He's still troublemaker, of course, because I mean, if you turn him into an angel, this entire franchise becomes pointless, right?
It does seem like they made him a lot more reactionary. Like normally now, instead of casting the first stone for the most part, he does often just reserve his brand of punishing for people who have wronged him.
Yeah. That's basically it. So yeah, I do like that progression. And like Shiroi and Jove and Teo said, Trixie is a fantastic addition. It's great to give the idea of giving Junior a partner in crime. That's a great idea. And yeah, the actress who plays Trixie, another really good example of a child actor who does a good job. Yeah, I also like the casting gag of Annie being played by Amy Yazbek. That's really funny to me.
Yes. Again, so in a sense, Ben, you couldn't live with your failure. So where did that bring you? Back to me.
I actually mistook for a while that because, like, again, even Jova at first thought it was Amy Yazbek because it really looks a lot like even the voice is still kind of sounds similar to her voice, her flow voice, but whatever. I guess for some reason I got confused. And yeah, I really like, and the comedy is overall still great. Like, I love this kind of live action cartoon 90s comedy. It's a lost art in my opinion. Yeah, like Teo said, technically it's still around. But I'll bet even if I go watch those movies, taking aside the fact that those movies are mostly bad, I get the feeling they're probably not quite in the same vein. Like, I get for example, the whole joke with the doorbell, where she gets electrocuted and her hair is like complete, Helena Bonham Carter thing. You don't really see that kind of gag anymore in movies. And to me, it's a shame because these kind of jokes still work. You could do movies like these still. Like, obviously you reframe some aspects to apply to a 2023 standards, but these kinds of movies can still work. And to me, it's kind of a shame that we just stop making these altogether, because they can still be fun. Yeah, like Teo said, the music's good, the acting all across the board is really solid. I love I love a lot of even the more blink and you'll miss some jokes like Junior's science project. Even as a kid, that bit always cracked me up because it's just so funny. I'm innocent. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. This is where the Problem Child franchise to me peaks. I still like the third movie. I still think it's a lot of. In fact, I still think the third movie is a lot of fun. Again, it's a 90s cartoon. Still, it's less gross out and it's clearly more TV in its rating. However, I still think it captures the slapstick still pretty good. And the actor that got to play Junior in the third movie, he's no Michael Oliver, but he's a good enough replacement in my eyes. So we'll be able to see this for ourselves. That being said, yeah, Problem Child 2, awesome. I had a lot of fun. Again, these movies are not high art, like Jova said, but they're not meant to be. It's abundantly clear that nobody making these movies intended for them to be high art. They're not meant to be that. They're
like, if I may, sometimes you just gotta have some good junk food to truly enjoy the gourmet food, in a sense. Like, not everything needs to be incredible. Sometimes things are fine just being good. Like, if everything were incredible, we might not be able to appreciate it as much. And yeah, that's a good way of putting it too. Like, if everything's incredible, nothing is. Like, I will say that we owe it to the good, the bad, and the ugly of cinema that really just helps emphasize the different qualities that different ones get. And even if this one is not like a stellar king, it still is a master at its specific trade of just wanting to make you laugh.
So yeah, I guess the only thing we have to see is take a look at the mixed third movie of the series, Problem Child 3, Junior in Love.
I will say this, like, I wasn't expecting to particularly love this trilogy, but so far it has definitely been a lot more fun than I expected.
Nowadays, outside of its fan base, and by fan base I mean the people like me who grew up with it back in the day, nowadays it's kind of obscure. People don't really talk about these movies anymore. Not really.
Oh, I legit only found out about this because Nostalgia Critic did a review of the first movie.
I actually recognized instead the name because my country calls it differently. It's called Little Pest.
We actually call it that over here too. So
maybe it was a European kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I immediately, when Pereira first mentioned that, I did not recognize it, but now I get an idea. But I still did not watch it when I was a child. Not even actually caught it on TV. So it's still a new.
Is it possible that maybe the term problem child isn't as common over in Europe?
Not necessarily. I guess it was more of a marketing thing.
That being said, everybody, even though in Problem Child 3 both Junior and Ben get recast, I can at the very least say that, like I said, the bully character returns. Gilbert Gottfried returns, this time as a dentist.
Of course.
Because why not?
So does
right? So there is that. We have a new teacher, actually, and not the unfortunately, the Back to the Future teacher does not return.
Apparently, Jack Warden will also return.
Yes, Jack Warden as well. Jack Warden is one of the... Big Ben is the one consistent major character. All right, everybody, so tune in next time for Problem Child 3, Junior in Love.
See ya.
Yeah.
See ya.